Innovative content. Global audience.
Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to SRN TV. I'm streaming live from the city of Power, Abuja. The show is Youth in Politics. And on this show, what we try to do on this show is to showcase rather the aspect of Nigerian youth when it comes to governance, when it comes to politics, when it comes to playing the intricate game of politics. Today with me on the show we'll have a renowned Nigerian, a respectable Nigerian ambassador to United Nations, and of course the president of the Anchor Mines Worldwide. Mr. Emmanuel Bello, you're welcome to the show today.
Thank you, Mr. Ken.
Yeah, thank you. And on today's show, we're looking at youth inclusiveness in governance, a critical look rather at the mandate of political organizations. And like I said earlier, my guest in the studio, of course, is the president of the Anchor Mines Worldwide. Now, the Anchor Mines was formed as a group to, propagate the message of good governance, to also look into civil causes, and of course, agitate for the betterment of the average Nigerian. Today on the show, while we're looking at the mandate of these political organizations, well, we know Anchor Mines might not really be 100% as we seem to be involved in partisan politics, but of course, as a group that is mandated on good governance, we know how far they've come when it comes to electing and appointing, or rather canvassing for credible leaders across the country, and in most cases also fighting the causes when these leaders seem to negate on their laid-down duties. So, Mr. Bello, I'll start with a very quick question. Why Anchor Mines? What brought about Anchor Mines to you?
What brought about Anchor Mines is due to the nature of kind of bad leadership we have in our country, and to see how we can be able to involve the youth so that they can be involved in different political parties. So to involve youth and to the good governance, not just the youth, but those who really have the heart of the people in their society. Yes.
Well, of course, we were saying let's look at the mandate of these political organizations when it comes to youth inclusiveness, and if I may be able to delve in a little bit, of course, since the inception of the Nigerian state, especially since our return to democracy and democratic ways of electing our leaders, the penchant has been said that most times we've not had enough youth in governance. Most times, even youth bodies have been governed by people who might like to refer as the old ones. I'm talking about even the National Association of Nigerian Students that's announced. Even the Ministry of Youth Affairs most times have had youth. Not youth, but they want to be said they're youth, but we have men of 50, 60 manning these ministries. So for you, sir, what do you think this entails for the average Nigerian youth? Has this been a good one, or is it something we should not be proud of?
No, well, this is not something we should really be proud of, because I believe that we have a certain group of youth that I know they are well grounded in kind of leadership due to the experience they have in the various organizations they work with. The issue of involving youth in political parties, I think there are influence of godfatherism, which play a critical role in making the youth not to involve themselves in politics, and at the same time the high price of political parties form. That again has also been discouraging the youth to participate in party politics.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you just made the right mention. The high price of political forms. Of course, you yourself, you've been on the ballot before. And I want to ask you a question now. How were you able to cover the cost of the high form, like you just said now?
Well, you see, Nigeria party system, it is seen as a two political party system, and and that is why the youth also want to see how they can fit in those political parties. Well, I contested in a platform that is not well known, and also you see what the youth are failing to understand that sometimes political platform doesn't really matter. It's what you matters to the people in your community. You understand? So youth tend to go to the platform that they feel that they want to cover under the, like I use the word godfatherism, to see how they can cover the kind of cost of they want by doing all manner of things to see how they can fit into those two political parties and politics. Well, when I contested for State House of Assembly under my local government in Niger State, that's Chanchega local government. I can tell you that the game over there is not an easy game, because there are two political parties like the PDP and APC who are well known, and they have this, the monetary bag. They have this bag, issue of money that has to do. But my own political party, it's not the same. I have to cover the cost. I have to create a structure. The political the party does not have a structure. I have to create a structure to see how I can involve my youth in my different political parties. Although the party has a structure, but where the parties does not have specific positions to fill in that place, you have to do that as the candidate that able to make you to win political primaries first, at the primary stage first, before you can able to see how you can do that. So it was not an easy thing, and the cost, honestly, for a youth to contest under a neutral platform in Nigeria, the cost is very, very, very demanding. Even more than what you think you can spend to purchase a form in those two political parties we are thinking.
So what you're saying now is outside purchasing of a political form, there are other costs added to even winning the state primaries.
Yes.
Please, can you delve in deeper into what cost are this?
Well, because of maintaining your structure, you have to build a structure.
Are you talking about bribing?
No, it's not bribing. You see, the average man if you are contesting for a position in your community, it takes more. You spend more than other things. So maintaining a structure is for you to maintain that person in a what do they call it? To see how you can win that practice primaries, you have to fix in your people, and those people you have to give them mobilization fee. Mobilization fee, give them something they can able to sustain. Yes, it's a kind of bribe. Technically, yes. Let me still come to your word. Yeah, it's a kind of bribe, because you are trying to. You see, youth now don't want to do things for free. They want to make sure that you give them something they can hold on. That because they believe that once you are in that, they give you that thing and you win that political party, you tend to forget about them. You understand? So everybody, almost most of the youth we know, they just want to collect and hold it to yourself. So it is not easy to maintain a party. It is a local. When you are contesting, let's assume you are contesting for State House or Assembly, you have to maintain your local government structure. That is what I do, down to the ward structure and down to the polling unit. Okay. You understand, in every distance. So all these things, as if you win as a flag bearer of your political parties, you have to give certain amount of money to see how those people can canvass support for you. But don't misunderstand me. Don't forget that some of these youth are also belonging to another political parties. Okay, so it is very difficult for you in Nigeria to know who is actually for you. You will see that the youth, when I contested for Central Assembly, I've seen that the youth, there are some of the youth I know that belong to 5 different political parties, holding party cards, and they will show you. They are not afraid of that. So how do you intend to maintain that youth if you say, okay, you are not going to give him anything? Some of them, that is their period of making their source of money. So they will show you that they belong to you, they do this one, but at the end of the day, when it comes to politics, or when it comes to context for election, when it comes to for you to cast your votes, you don't really know who is for you and who is not for you.
Well, in fact, thank you for raising this point, because most of the times what we've seen in the country has been about the youth working more like a thought force.
Yes.
The only time even the politicians recognize the youth is when they are coming for elections. And now this brings me back to the topic, which is youth inclusiveness. A look at the political bodies or the political organizations involved in politics. Now, for you as a president of Ancomize, how do you make sure that the youth who are part of your organization, how do you ensure that they are not just used for, like you rightly said, used for the campaign period? How do you ensure that probably after the campaign, because of course we know Ancomize have been able to produce some winners in the election, how do you ensure that your youth are not just used to campaign, but they are now probably one way or the other, involved in governance, even at the local level?
Yes. Every well organizations like Anchor Mines have a standard structure.
Okay.
We have seen organizations in the society now that just use structures because of politics. You understand? And if you have a well-meaning structure, well-standard structure, you make sure that you have the structure down to the local government level.
Okay.
Now, I always advise the state chairman of Anchor Mines to see how they can involve the youth to participate in politics.
Okay.
Now, in Anchor Mines, we don't belong to a political party.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Good. Now, if you see a well-respected, a well-meaningful youth who can contribute to the society, you can advise the state chairman to make sure that if they are contesting for state House of Assembly in their local government and is coming maybe under a political party A or maybe under a political party B,
Okay.
you make sure that you see how you can advise the local government, the chairman, to see how he can involve those kind of youth. So he has his own structure down to the local government.
Okay.
So he will now tell the local government chairman to see how they can canvass support for that person. But first, you must make sure that you win your party primaries. That is the major thing, and that is where the youth are finding it difficult. Winning of party primaries is very, very key. And what we are doing in Anchor Mines now is to see where the youth participate in party politics.
Okay.
That is where you can see how youth are involved. When you participate in participating in party politics is not just being an ordinary member of that political party. You must be a member, but make sure that you also participate in the party structure politics. Maybe your local government secretary or your local government chairman, your local government treasurer. That is the thing. Now, what some party, let me use my state as an example, Niger State. What I know that the chairman of Niger State, Anchor Mines, is doing with other states, but I'm using, since I'm coming from Niger, I understand what is happening. You make sure that he fill in those people and see that how they can tell them, okay, since you have an aspiration of this, why not start from your local government party politics? You understand? That will involve you. That will make people to support you on the party. So participating in party politics is very, very, very important.
In fact, I think the need for you to participate at the local politics, because I call it the party politics, the local politics, because it's when you are able to show your influence at the party level, you can even start thinking of winning elective positions at the normal, gubernatorial level. So, my question now is this: at the party politics level, you have Nigerian youth watching this show now. There are those that want to get involved.
Sure.
How do they get involved at the party level of politics? How do they become, party card bearers in the sense that they can contest for election and they can win it? And what is your template for them on that?
Well, you see, what I can advise them to do is to, like I said, is to involve yourself by participating. Identify yourself with a political party.
Okay.
You understand? If you are hoping to be the governor of a state, you don't come. You see, what some parties are trying to do nowadays is that you see candidate coming at the dying minute, want to belong to a structure of a political party, and you think at the end of the day the party structure is so stupid that it can give you or maybe canvass support for you. Yes. It's not done. I've seen a candidate who wants to contest for governor in a political party, and is coming at the dying minute
because they have money.
Because you feel some of them don't even really have the money you are thinking they have, but because he feels they have a structure of an organization that just feel that they can give him. No, structural organizations are far different from party politics.
Okay.
You understand? Involving yourself in the party politics, you have to identify yourself with a political party. By identifying yourself with a particular party, you have to participate in almost all the functions the parties are doing. Sometimes party organize seminars, they organize this one, they organize this one. Okay, you don't belong to it, nobody knows you in a party. It's not like someone will come to your house and say he's your son, and nobody now knows. Even the father does not even know that. How comes? So you need to belong to a family. It shows that I am already a blood to that family. So you have to identify yourself with the party. Make sure you participate yourself. Make sure you involve yourself in all the activities the parties are doing. Make sure you pay your dues. There are dues being paid in a political party.
Another strong one.
Good. There are dues being paid. You don't pay your dues, the party does not know you. Even your local government or your unit, their unit chairman does not even know you. Not to talk of the ward chairman. So you have to participate yourself in party politics. That is very, very, very important.
Well, so in fact, thank you for that insight. But you see, as at the last election cycle that just was concluded, we had primaries all over the country with PDP, the major parties anyway, PDP, APC, Labour Party, and the rest. And sadly, most of these parties did not end up. Their primaries did not end up. The convention did not end up with youth emerging as national officers. What do you think is the problem behind that? Because I know that even in the APC, there are a lot of young people who are involved. At the PDP, there are a lot of young people who are involved. At the Labour, there are also a lot of young people who are involved. So what do you think is the reason behind, at the end of the party national elections, we noticed that a lot of young people did not even get any position? Do you think it's down to the party? Do you think it's down to the candidates? What's the problem?
Well, it's down to, you see, you mentioned this 3 or maybe 2 big political parties. When the godfathers of those political parties are forming those parties, where are the youth? You understand? Now it comes to contest, you see all the youth want to belong. You don't expect these men to just leave those structures for you because they still want to belong to a power. You understand? My advice is that why can't the youth form a political party? Make sure you have a structure in that political party and see how you can assist yourself. You understand? So it's so difficult for any strong political party, these political parties you mentioned, to see how they can involve the youth. But notwithstanding, we'll see how PDP and APC try to see how they can bring the youth in their national convention. Look at the national youth leader of APC. I think he's in almost 30-something years. He's a good one. The one in PDP is 20-something years. So it's still a good one. But notwithstanding, they still have godfatherism
that push them even
that push them on that position. Yes. You understand? So an ordinary youth who does not have this godfatherism wants to become a national youth leader, I'll quickly ask you, when these men were forming these political parties, where are you? You understand? You see that this I don't care attitude. I don't want to belong to a politics. I don't want party. What most people use that politics is a dirty game, but it is not dirty when you want to contest. It is only dirty when you want to get involved.
Well, just hold that thought now. We will be right back. When we're back, we will be looking at the next president and the next governor reality TV show, which SRTV is doing also in partnership with Anchor Minds. And this is a way it's one of the ways we want to see youth get involved into mainstream politics. So when we come back from this short break, we'll be looking critically at that, and of course the role of Anchor Minds in this project, and of course how it will benefit the average Nigerian youth out there. Just be with us.
Hooray! The next president show is here again.
Everyone, my name is Hajara Osman Muhammad. I'm the youth governor for Kano State, Nigeria's Center of Commerce.
Pronounced Joel Garba, the youth executive governor of Kaduna State, and I am contesting for the youth presidents of Nigeria under the People's Liberation Party, PLP.
Aged between 18 and 30, smart, bold, and possess exceptional leadership skills. Do you have what it takes to be the next youth governor and future youth president? Then register free now at superiorradioandtelevision.com or call the number. Hooray! The next president show is here again. Are you aged between 18 and 30, smart, bold, and possess exceptional leadership skills? Do you have what it takes to be the next youth governor and future youth president? Then register free now at superiorradioandtelevision.com or call the number on the screen. The the next president reality TV show, moving politics out of the polite drawing room into the clamor of the streets.
Welcome back to Youths in Politics on SRTV Abuja. And of course, we've been on the show. We've been having a wonderful discussion looking at, how we can get youth included, or rather, ensure youth inclusiveness in governance as a whole. We've had on the show with me Ambassador Emmanuel Bello, and he is the president of Anchor Minds Worldwide, an organization that, of course, has a political affiliations all around the country. And we were just talking about, the party primaries, or rather the party convention of most of the big political parties that ended up with, some youths only sticking, or rather getting the youth position. And then we promise you that when we're back, we'll be looking at the next president and, of course, the next governor reality TV show. Mr. Bello, how do you feel about the show this year?
The show for this year is going to be a very, very wonderful show, and involving Anchor Minds Initiative, an organization with well-structured organization who produced 10 governors, 10 governors in our last general elections. We have like 4 ministers in our last days. We thank God for the President Asiwaju Tinubu, who gave Anchor Minds 4 ministers, which you can testify that the current Minister of Information and National Orientation, who was an awardee of SRTV, is also part of it. And also thank God that the current Minister for Humanitarian Services, Dr. Beta Edu, who was also part of those, and so other ministers like that who are also part of those. So what Anchor Minds is trying to do is to see how it can, since it has a very good partnership with SRTV, to see how we can be able to involve all these people in this coming next TV reality show for SRTV.
Well, thank you very much for that. So what exactly is the scope of Anchor Minds' involvement in the next president and the next governor reality TV show?
Anchor Minds aims is to identify, select, and elect good leaders through proper orientation and giving us seminars to our people in our local communities. So the involvement in this show is to see how we can use SRTV as a platform to see how we youth can able to showcase themselves in leadership, to see how these people can able to assist them when it comes to assisting. Whether the youth like it or not, we still need assistance when it comes to real politics in Nigeria. When people can able to pay for your fee and other things. So we are trying to see how we can work hand in hand with SRTV and with this carnival of people we have. After all, Dr. Beta Edu is also a youth, and today she's 37 years, I guess. And to see how we can able to involve them and make them participate in leadership concerning SRTV. Also is to show the youth, the Nigerian youth, that they have a platform where they have Anchor Minds having partnership where they can show themselves and able to identify themselves and speak out on what they can able to do for people in politics.
Well, if you're youth and you're watching this, this is Youth in Politics, and of course, like we were just having this conversation with Ambassador Emmanuel Bello, we're talking about the next governor. Now, the next governor is a show, designed by SRTV to, discover and, of course, bring out to limelight the leaders that Nigeria require. Personally, I do not believe that the youth are leaders of tomorrow. I believe that the youth are leaders of today. Only when we decide to mobilize, to come together and take up the mantle of leadership. Now, you can register for this show by logging on to www.superiorradio.television.com and register freely. We have no registration charges. Participation is entirely free, and this is possible because of the critical partnerships we've been able to acquire over the years on this show. And we're expecting to see vibrant and active and politically, of course, a very witty, young Nigerians who come on the show to present, a solution to everyday Nigerian problems. We're going to see youth who could mobilize, youth who have a high reach and a high demand, and of course, youth who are, well versed in local politics, like Mr. Bello put it exactly. Well, Mr. Bello, now we're looking at beyond the show. Beyond the show, how do you think the people who participate on this show, should move on? Like, let's say after the show, what do you think are the next steps for the aspirants under this next governor and next president of the TV show?
Why I feel they should move on, or how I feel they should move on. You see, it's not all about winning the show.
Yeah.
It's all about that after the show, what can I able to give out to people in the society? When I mean give out, how can I able to participate in my local politics? Winning the show will even give an advantage for you to see how that, yes, you can able to show yourself a leadership. But let me tell you something interesting, and which SRTV is aware of, that it's not all about winning the show. Like I said, we Anchor Minds are trying to give out ambassadorship to contestants who are winning the show, giving out reasonable price, which we are still discussing with some of the board members to see how they can able to give out a show. It will be my joy that the contestant will go with ₦1 million and a car. That is what we are pushing till now with some of our board members. So that alone can motivate aspirants
to come to be on the show,
be on the show, and probably the next TV reality show will even be best or more than what we are having. So there are a lot of things we are trying to push using our candidate, because we find out that this SRTV reality show is to see how it is a platform for Anchor Minds members to showcase themselves and see how what they can do. Because in the next future, these are the kind of people we are going to support, not what do they call it? Apart from giving out people support, we are going to see how we can give them monetary support, engage them, and see how they can able to see how we can bring out all our structures to develop those to assist this candidate. So it's not all about the winner; it's all about those who are also going to contest. We'll see how we can able to bring ideas. Those who have ideas, who really have ideas to develop these countries. Well, Anchor Minds, as far as our members are fully involved in this contest, is also a platform for us to see how we can sponsor them in other things. Aside from politics, we are thinking of empowerment.
Okay. And that is the word. Aside from politics, we are also looking at empowerment. I can assure you that Superior Radio and Television, who are the promoters of these events, of course, we will be ensuring it to be a free and fair contest. And Mr. Bello, you are among the judges on this show, and of course, you're also a judge on the last edition. Yeah. So, what has been your experience as a judge? What do you make of the contestants? Are they quality? Do they have something to offer?
Well, my last experience as a judge with that was last year with SRTV, made me realize that we have reasonable, workaholic, intelligent youth in this country. It makes me know that. And as a judge, if you are not being careful, you'll find out that even some of the contestants are even far better than you. Some of them will be challenging you. Some of the questions you know. So you have to be updoing as a judge. You have to do more of research, more of kind of things that you can able to do. A kind of political parties, the kind of political structure, the kind of economy, and some other agriculture, and so many other things. So, as a judge, I will tell you the last contest of SRTV show was a good one to us.
So, on this year edition, what exactly are you expecting from the contestants? Because I know many of them already are watching the show right now. What would be your little secrets you can give them to help them prepare better? Just a little tip. I won't call it, but a little tip to help them prepare themselves and what you're looking out for in this year's show.
Mr. Ken, I think you will not force me to tell you what the judges are trying to do. What we are expecting to see more of participation, more of engagement, more of research, more of able to see how you can talk about your country, because there's nothing we'll tell you aside from what we see happening in Nigeria. We discuss about insecurity, discuss about governance, discuss about agriculture, discuss about economy. So I won't say something on what the judges are trying to do. So don't allow me to say about the secret of what the judges are trying to do.
Well, to the contestants out there, you can see from the judge, one of the judges on the show, rather, Mr. Emmanuel Bello, that he cannot divulge the secret, but of course, you can prepare yourself better by researching more, by being up to date. Like he said, rightly said, nothing that will be asked of you on the show that won't be what we can relate with on the everyday Nigeria, or what happens or what takes that stage on Nigeria. So, Mr. Emmanuel Bello, I really want to thank you for coming on the show today. It's been a pleasure having you, talking to you, and I believe our contestants and aspirants rather out there are much, gingered up towards this contest. And on behalf of SRTV, I want to say a big shout out to all the participants so far. We're seeing your videos, we're seeing your manifestos as you're presenting it. I can feel the tension among most of you. I know how serious a lot of people are taking it, how they are preparing. I get calls from most of the aspirants on a daily basis where they ask me, I hope my video was okay. I hope I did well. I hope the judges are saying something good. I tell them I'm not a panel of judges, but I know that if you have good content, the judges are impartial, they are unbiased, they are ethnic. We are looking for the best of the best. Someone they can lead, a leader that has the capacity to mobilize, to inspire, to present solutions to the everyday Nigerian problem. And really want to, encourage all the states that have, gotten so far in the contest to know that, of course, we're moving to the states finals. We're expecting some of the states to have their finals within the week. So, Mr. Bello, what are you telling to the guys in Niger State, in FCT, who are waiting for you this weekend?
I expect them to say not a friendly phrase from the judges, and it's your work that will speak for you. Yeah. Your content will speak for you. Your vote will speak for you. What you can show to the society will speak for you. So there's nothing like that. Nothing more than what I said. And the judges, I can promise you, they will not be biased. There is no sentiment. There is no relationship. That doesn't mean because you're an Anchorman's member, you feel that the president will be able to favor you. If I favor you in a particular state, do you know how many Anchormans are also in that particular state? So do you want me to favor? No. Now it is your time for you to show who you are and what you can give out to the society.
Yeah. And we'll be closing the show with that. It is time for you to show who you are and what you can give back to the society, not just for the aspirants under the next governor and next president reality TV show, but to every Nigerian youth out there. This is our time to show the world what we are. It is our time to show the world what we can give out. It is our time to show the world that we are capable of leading, that we are not just leaders of tomorrow, but we are leaders who are ready to lead from today. From all of us at SRTV here in Abuja, this is me saying, see you next time on the show, Youth in Politics. My name remains Kenneth.
Hooray! The next president show is here again.
Everyone, my name is Hajara Usman Muhammad. I'm the youth governor for Kano State, Nigeria.